Hey, episode 3. I'm your host, Dangerous Diva, here with my co-host.
Slimmy, how you doing, world?
Latasha Marie.
All right. We're gonna talk about racism in 2017, still going on. Now, how to start this off? It's still going on. We experienced it today. We experienced it some hours ago. As we proceed to the pool, we had someone automatically assume we didn't have a pool pass, and it was just too much. She saw a bunch of black people with a bunch of black children, and we all were not getting in the pool. We were just accompanied by the person that lived here. So that was a little bit too much, and I had asked her certain questions. None of the questions added up. I asked her what she's in charge. Let me see your security or whatever. She opened the door to a pool area, but it was just still too much. I didn't like it. I did most of the talking. I did most of the going back and forth with her because I was trying to understand why would you harass a bunch of people at a pool, and the pool was empty. That was the sad thing. It was just us there. She was just sitting over there by herself, and the pool was empty. Nobody was there. Nobody was in the pool or anything. So here it is, 2017. Here it is. We have to explain to our children why they can't go swimming and why a sick white person. Now, mind you, she tried to say she was Mexican. But let me tell you about Mexicans. Mexicans kind of bring a lot of people themselves. They have a big entourage like black people. So I think she tried to do that to think that we were going to simmer down about questioning her. And it didn't work because I have Mexican friends. There's no way she was Mexican because a Mexican would not care about a bunch of black people because they bring a lot of people themselves to the pool. So, or just anywhere. They bring, so I was very much frustrated because I feel like even though we walked away, nobody cursed. Nobody cursed, no hands, no anything. I just still feel like every time they always win. White people seem to always win. And I'm sick of it. And we have to always walk away and be the bigger person. I'm tired of being the bigger person. I'm tired of playing with them. I really am. I don't want to play with them anymore. I don't. Slimmy, how do you, Slimmy or Tasha, I'm trying to think of words. I'm just over it.
I'm saying I seen the lady and she looked like a man, but at the end of the day, I know me, I'm black and I got dreads, so at the end of the day, and I'm like, I'm just gonna walk away from it because she definitely gonna call the police if I start talking to her, and she gonna come up with a whole nother story. And it made me mad to the point where my daughter was like, "Daddy, I thought we was gonna go swimming," and the only thing I said was, "I'll explain it to you when you get older." And it's like, but it's crazy that I didn't even know what to really tell my daughter on why she couldn't even go swimming. And so, but it's just crazy that people got to go through that in any race, you know what I mean? Especially us, and we always have to go through it. And just like she said, got to walk away. And she's still up there at the pool with no kids, and she got on some jean shorts, so she ain't getting no damn pool, no pool, you know what I mean? She up there preventing kids from going to the pool. Now, if we came up there, we was grown, but you knew we weren't causing no trouble because we had kids, you know what I mean? So I was just like, man, I ain't even gonna say nothing, even though she did look like a man. I should have said something to a man looking at it, but I did. Lord forgive me. But, I don't know. It just made me mad, though, for real. That's all I gotta say.
I agree with both of them. It was my neighborhood, and I just moved here maybe a month ago, and it was my first time going to the pool, and I just invited everyone over for us to, I thought we could have a nice setting, a nice little background, and shoot this episode outside, you know, poolside. Our kids could be in the pool, we could be shooting this episode and talking with you guys about everyday topics like we normally do. So to have somebody get offended, not only get offended, threaten to call somebody on their phone, stand up as if they were making an aggressive move towards us, as if we were in some way, shape, or form coming off too strong. And it was just a group of majority kids, blacks, just black people come into a pool. We weren't getting in the water. Our kids were getting in the water. I live here. I have a pass here. So before we even got into the gate, she assumed we didn't even have the authorization to even get in. It was already, the conclusion was already drawn. Oh, you're black. You got to have a pass to get in. And I'm like, okay, I have a pass. We can get in. After we jumped that hurdle, then it was a whole nother situation of, well, every guest can only have a certain amount of people per guest. Who's the people that stay here? I was addressed with that question. You know, and it was like, well, what is the issue? Is the issue if I have a pass or not? Because that's what you started off with initially. Right. Or is the issue the fact that it's too many people per guest? Like, what's the problem? So the issue should have been stated. Whatever the problem was, it should have been stated from the beginning. But I mean, for her to go from one angle of, well, you need a pass to get, you know, even get into this pool. We had the pass. Okay, then another angle. Oh, you only can get 2 people in per guest. Third angle. Who stays here? Who has the, you know, who actually has a lease signed here? And it's like, why are you switching so many angles, you know, right, when the situation is at hand of us just wanting to go swimming? Our kids going swimming. We're on the pool side. We're not bothering anybody. There was nobody in the pool. No one was there but this lady. And in order for the conversation to not go from a level 5 to a 10, I said, let's go. It's honestly something mentally wrong with this person for her to literally tell us, with no one being at the pool, that she's going to call somebody. I don't know who she said she's going to call. I think somebody in HOA, you know, to say that, you know, I guess we were violating in a sense. I don't know how we were violating when there's no one there in the first place. But in her opinion, we were violating. And to me, it angered me because this is my first time coming to a pool. I just moved in this area. And I don't feel comfortable now, even going to the pool anymore. And I've only been here for about a month.
The thing that she said, this was the thing that the lady said. The lady, because I was doing most of the talking because of my frustrations, I just couldn't fathom how the hell is this going on still. So she kept telling me, I said, where do you come off with basically setting rules? And she told me that there were children, there were people that did some things to the pool, and they was doing like, she said there was some kind of stuff going on at the pool. And I said, what kind of children did anything? I said, what? White children? This is a predominantly white neighborhood. And I said, or was it black children? There were all types of children. The woman gonna tell me Palestinian kids. She said, oh, it's Palestinian. They were all mixed kids. And I said, oh, so these kids were mixed. No, they wasn't mixed. It was some blacks, it was some whites, it was Palestinian. How do you know that? Do you have them on footage? She, every time you came with something else to make her look stupid, she came with a stupid answer. Every time I came with a question that was like making her think, she came with a stupid answer.
Response.
Yeah, a stupid response, and off the wall, and said Palestinian. So now you got something against Palestinian people. It just didn't make any sense. I really felt like after the ordeal was over, after Latasha told us to leave, I really felt in the back of my mind, we should have ignored her and just let her, because if you think about it, she didn't have no card to say, hey, I'm you know, Mark Zimmerman, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
To identify who she was.
The reason why I threw that in there, because he called himself some type of watch for shooting Trayvon Martin. Like, these people are not stating who they are.
They just telling you that.
I just want to ask y'all: is this the only racist experience you guys have encountered? Being it's 2017.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. I really did not want to leave the pool. I really thought if we ignored her, maybe she would walk away. But like I said, we as black people, we always the bigger person. We always try to like walk on eggshells with white people, and I'm just tired of it. Basically, I just feel like if because she wasn't a police, she wasn't a security. uh, she could have just been saying that she was security or whatever, just because she opened the door to where it was an authorized area. But then again, she could be friends with somebody. So I don't know.
Yeah. And
I don't know. I don't. What you want to say?
yeah, like
Slim?
you know what I mean? Like people, it's like they always come in and automatically make themselves be in authority. Like and we sit back and we don't even really know, but for some reason it's like you be like, well, they might be in power. You know what I mean? So it's like, why is it when somebody of another race come around, it's like we have to bow down because we feel like they're in power? And you know what I mean? But she was supposed to be like the security guard of a pool that had nobody in it, and and at the end of the day, like you done heard the movie Friday, what happened to the last security guards? And you know what I mean? Like she ain't want. We was trying to swim, but at
You
the end
don't
of the
even
day,
know what happened to the last security guard.
I don't. But guess what? I can only imagine, because I know what would have happened to that security guard if my co-host didn't stay in this neighborhood. You know what I mean? So it's just, you know, at the end of the day, you can't play with everybody. And I feel like she really tested people. And if we would have reacted in the way that we wanted to react, they would have put us all on the news and said we did something racist to her.
Right, and that's why I took the approach I took in the situation where it's not a fear in my heart about, you know, oh my God, you know, this, that, and the third. It's just what would happen to us as black parents. Number one, we have our children out here. We can't afford to be getting locked up over hearsay, over someone making accusations against us falsely. Like if this lady could come off the way she came off with different views of, oh, you know, do you have a pass? Oh, you know, you can't have but so many people. I mean, it was too much going on with her being too fickle for me. So she's bound to say anything, you know, to cops, to, you know, people of authority, to make us look and demean us and make us look bad. So that's why my approach was, you know what, we're not even going to entertain it. We're not even going to go forward with this, because even if we were to win that battle, at the end of the day, the energy was already messed up. I would not have enjoyed myself. My energy would have already been too off to even record the show comfortably in a setting where we could just really kick back and relax. I would not have felt relaxed. I wouldn't have felt comfortable. Right. So even if we would have won that battle, right, you know, in that whole process of going back and forth and trying to get a clear understanding of why, you know, why the racism towards our children, why the racism towards us, why the assumption that we can't stay in a nice neighborhood, that we don't have a pool pass, that we're unauthorized guests. Why? So instead of even going there and entertaining foolishness, you know, as I always say, you know, it's one of those things where I would not even enjoy myself after an experience like that. I would not even want to be around an individual with that type of, you know, attitude and mannerism. Right. You know, if you are racist, why would I want to be around you?
Exactly.
Why would I want my children swimming in the pool when you're around?
But you know what they say, if it's more than 2 black people, you gangbangers. And so we had the kids. It was 4 grown-ups and about like 8 kids. So even the kids were gangbanging out there.
I really, I really, Slimmy, I'm so happy he can laugh about this, because
it's real though.
I was really infuriated. I was really livid, and I you know, I don't want to talk about busting a cap, but I just I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it because I want to get in the pool. Okay, I'm gonna be real, but I don't understand. I'm just, you see, I'm lost for words, because I don't understand. At the end of the day, yeah, we walked away. She still won. I just feel like she still won, because nobody is probably at the pool now. The pool closed at 9 o'clock. And it's like, I just felt like we shouldn't have walked away.
If we was gonna walk away, or we was gonna
I'm
have to.
sick of walking
It's
away.
like it would have been a fight the whole way.
No, but I just really
And
feel like we should have we should have ignored her. What I mean by ignored
Well,
her.
honestly, I did ignore her.
No.
When she questioned me, I didn't even respond.
No,
to her.
but then later you said I. But even if the cops would have came, I really don't believe she would have called the cops. I really thought that. I really know. I've seen where a white person really thought it was gonna go in their favor, and the cop actually sided with the black people. I've seen incidents like that. I really wish we should have ignored her, but it was until you said I live here. We should have just act like we should have did a John
I didn't
Cena.
even say
I know.
live here.
No, you
I
did.
literally did not even say anything to her. I turned my back and said,
I know,
why
but
is she asking
I think
me?
you said at the end. But what I'm saying is, we should have did this to her.
Right.
We shouldn't have. We should have just.
Right.
We shouldn't have like
Entertained it. It's foolishness.
right, because then we was sitting there arguing with her and she won.
Right. Either way, even if we stayed, we were already upset. We were already at 100. So even if we would have stayed, you were already angry. I was already he was already
listen, if she would have came, she wouldn't have came and approached us. Like, people is ignoring you. She wouldn't have came and approached us. Do you get what I'm saying? If we would have just like if we would have been like ghosts up in that mug, we would have. Do you get what I'm saying? We shouldn't have said.
Well, let's go back then. I know that.
It's too late. It's 9 o'clock now.
She's still out there with them hot shorts on.
It's 9 o'clock.
They were thick.
I think moving forward, I'm to the point. I'm sick of you white people winning. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I don't understand where all the racism is when you have all these mixed races that lay down and had all these mixed children. I don't get it.
I think one of the things they do a lot of, because they are racist, they try to mask over the racism with rules and regulations.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's one of the things that allow them to get away with what they get away with, even to the extent in which they get away with it.
Okay, that makes
because,
sense.
Right, because they use this is one of the rules, we apply this to anybody that comes to the pool. Let it be a friend.
It took me back to 1960. It really took me back there.
Right.
And I thought about doggone Dorothy Dandridge. She couldn't even swim in the pool. I mean, she just went and laid there with her manager by the pool, and it was like, there's no Negroes allowed in the pool. It took me back to that. It's 2017.
Right.
Halle Berry played Dorothy Dandridge, and she just stuck her foot in the pool. They drained it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like our kids like maybe got in the pool for like not even 5 minutes. Like 2 or 3 minutes, and bam. We had to tell them to leave, and she was like, I'm not asking you to leave. Like, she just countered. She
kept coming back with foolishness.
Well, what it was, she kept backtracking.
Right.
She goes, I don't want you to leave, but who would want to stay after you have harassed us about, okay, we didn't have a pool pass, and we showed you that. There was a pool pass, whether it was a whole bunch of black people or not, there was still a pool pass present. Okay, well, the reason why I asked you that was because of the fact that, you're playing with the gate, and we just saw you struggling. But was
who was playing with anything?
No, she said there's people that try to stick their key for it to work. You still assume we didn't have a pool pass. That was my argument to her. You assumed we didn't have a pool pass.
It's like this.
That was my argument too. I don't know if you guys heard that, but
I understand.
But it's like when if somebody's sticking their key in there, that means that they really think that their key gonna work. Now, when we was over there jumping the fence, okay, I can see how she can say that.
Right.
But anybody that lives over here, they're not gonna stick their key in there because when they sign their lease, here go your pool passes. You need a pool pass to get in. Okay, so you knew you just was bringing up all kinds of things to justify you harassing us. She brought up reasons to justify. It just wouldn't stop.
And everything she tried to base it off of was, again, rules.
Yeah,
she was going off of what the rule book said.
She pointed to the wall.
Right.
She
said,
the black people not allowed handbook. That's the unwritten rules is what she was doing because
she
it
was
didn't make sense.
Yeah.
If it would have been white people in there, it would have been
And that's what I was gonna say. If it was a friend, somebody she was cool with, somebody that she hangs out with, they could have brought as many people. They could have probably even had a family reunion.
So there it is.
Even a keg, they would have brought a keg in there.
Right.
And
It's a favoritism because there's no way a guard sits there all day, all night.
I mean, the gist of it is, unfortunately, with the racism that we face, and unfortunately our kids, have to face in the future, is surrounded by, something that has happened decades and decades and decades ago, even to our ancestors, our grandparents, our great-grandparents. And it's just, the racism is kind of positioned in a different way. So maybe it's not them lynching us or hanging us, off of a tree or burning us at the stake. But, it's, hey, let's set rules and set guidelines. Let's set restrictions for certain things to happen, and there's to be certain limitations set in place.
And on top of that, when they do it, they put it's like they automatically set themselves in a standard higher than us, and then they're gonna use the police to do it. Like, I pay the police too, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, so at the end of the day, how you gonna call somebody on me that I'm paying their bills too in their house, you know what I mean? So, and then when they come out there, they hopefully we gonna get somebody that really understands what we going through, but if we don't, they gonna side with them, and then if we react out of that, now we downtown, we need $250 to get out.
Oh, I don't know the exact cost.
I know.
But I will
say, if the bond is that low,
but how we act.
$250. Good golly, what you did? You didn't slap. You didn't slap the white woman. But
see, I can't. For me personally, I've experienced racism. I still experience racism currently. Just off the fact that I wear my hair natural, that automatically puts a stigma on me. Automatically. I'm looked at a certain way, I'm automatically judged. People make assumptions off of who I am, what I'm capable of, my background, my educational values, things of that nature, just off the fact that I'm natural. So, until I actually have a conversation with that person, until I open my mouth, I'm automatically put into a category, and I'm automatically put into a stigma. So it's a daily thing for me. And I'm okay with that. You have to be comfortable with yourself in order to be okay with it. But I'm pretty sure these two can talk about their experiences, with racism.
And you know what I'm saying? If y'all ain't know, I'm black, and I got dread. You know what I mean? So, you have to go. If you being a black man and you're a younger black man, you have to go to work and have to deal with personalities, people dissing you or whatever, or acting like you don't mean nothing all the time. And that's cool, you know what I'm saying? Because by this time I learned how to deal with it. But when you play with my kids and some people who I'm trying to let them know that they can make it out of the situation and be better, and for them to go through what they just seen tonight, you know what I mean? It make you want to act out and everything, but at the end of the day, you still gotta set an example for them. Right. But it's like, it's not even fair that they done been profiled for no reason, and they innocent. They can't even, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, it make you feel helpless. Like, I couldn't even really, we did leave, but we only left because we would have went to jail, and guess what they would have been? Now we looking like we would have looked wrong. Right. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's like, when will it stop? And I don't even know if it ever will stop. But it's like, at the end of the day, like, what will and what do we do? You know what I mean? As black people, you know what I'm saying? We stick together and everything. But when we do react, guess what they say? Oh, y'all menaces, y'all crazy. But at the end of the day, what you gonna do? You put somebody in the corner and hit them, and then when they hit back, okay, now you going to jail, you crazy.
That's what I was going to ask. Where do we go from here? How do we move forward? Yeah. Like you said, like one of you guys said, we have to explain to our children, and I don't know.
What we gonna say?
Right. What do you say? Like, I was sitting here telling Tasha. I was sitting here telling her, my daughter just got finished reading the book on Ruby Bridges, and it's a little snippet in there of what I read, and I started to cry. Because of what that little girl had to go through, just because they were trying to integrate the school. But her psychiatrist was very intrigued with her because he noticed how brave this little girl did this to make change. Like, here it is, a child to make changes. And he, as a grown man, it was her white psychiatrist, and he, as a grown man, just saw the strength in that little girl. She was going through this at at elementary school. There was high school children out there. Every time she would walk, they had to call in martial law every time she would walk. So all the white parents pulled their kids out of this school. But I think after that went on for a whole year. She wanted to go outside. She couldn't go outside. There was a mob waiting for her, a little girl. We actually read, and you could see one of the white women holding up a coffin with a black baby in it. Like, who does that?
Yeah, man. And it's like with me, I'm to the point right now. I'm just like, okay, now it's like white people. I call people niggas and everything. You know what I'm saying? And niggas calling people niggas. I'm about to start calling my niggas crackers. And then after that, we gonna see if we can make them call each other crackers, because now niggas is niggas, crackers is crackers. So I'm about to call everybody crackers from now on, even if you're so we can make it all cool. So they be like, oh, it's not
yeah,
what it
we're
means
the
anymore.
only race that do that.
So crackers is you my best cracker in the world.
Yeah, see,
you my best cracker in the world.
See, we're the only race that we should not even be saying niggas. But I think I heard I forgot who kind of told us the scoop on that. Whereas it was something negative, we turned it into a positive. That's what we black people do. Okay, you want to call us that? My nigga, what's up? You know, we know how to adapt with the foolishness. Yeah. But I'm just to the point, here it is, all I can say is 2017. And with all this race mixing going on, because everywhere I turn, I see a black man with a white woman, I see a white woman with a black man. And I'm just shocked to see all this racism with all this race mixing, and I really felt like 1960 at that pool. That's horrible. I never thought I would deal with this. Right. As a 39-year-old woman, this is ridiculous. I am literally pissed off. I'm holding it still on camera, but I don't want to say I want to beat her ass, but I can't. I'm holding it together right now. It really pissed me off. I'm pissed off. Yeah. Right. So I don't know what to say. There's nothing to say. When you got Trump in office, being a orange thug, I don't understand. He's giving balls. He's like
giving people the
balls to be this way. Right. He has caused the divide. Whereas Obama brought the integration, he's bringing back segregation. The separation, the segregation. Yeah. So to wrap this all up, racism is still full in effect. 2017, all day. Right. We may not be hanging from trees, but our children are coming up missing, and they're stealing our babies' organs and our grown people organs too. I'm just going to keep it real. This is going on. It's still racism, still allowed. Whoever says it's not prevalent,
they're still asleep.
They're not asleep. Woke. You're not woke. Right. It's still going on, and like Tasha said, what it is rules that they are put into place. And now that the cops are just still sitting out here beating up on black people, that's still
it's a law. They make laws that that hide other agendas. So with that being said, it allows them to get away with technically doing the things that they have done.
And then when you have someone that's representing our country the way they're representing our country, right? That's not cool. So true. This is horrific. And I'm done with it. It's still going on.
It definitely is. We just want to know what y'all views are on racism and what you've experienced personally. So if you can, just drop down on the comment menu, your opinion on racism, your personal experiences, regardless of your color or ethnicity. We just want to know what your viewpoints are on today's topic. Anything you want to say? Add to that, Sonny?
And white people, I got white friends. If we come to a nice place, we not coming to do nothing, y'all. So though, just welcome us in. Cause when y'all come to our little situations, we let y'all in. And guess what? We give y'all high fives and everything. We happy to see y'all. So treat us the same way. We ain't trying to do nothing.
I'm not kissing your butt. I'm sick of, you need to tell your people to act right. How about that?
So basically, treat people how you want to be treated.
I'm not kissing butt. I don't have to prove that I love you because you still living. That's how much we love you. You still living. So I'm not kissing your butt. It is what it is.
At the end of the day, these laws and these regulations.
Yeah, it needs to stop. I'm sick of it because now you messing with the children. You messing with my children. I'm sick of it. So I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
You care
so
about the dog. If you care
we want to wrap up.
Y'all, we really want to thank you guys for joining us on our episode 3 today. Our topic is racism at its finest. We all had our views and experiences personally about racism as a whole. I'm your host, Latasha Marie. We got your co-host, Slimmy, and our co-host, none other than Diva.
Dangerous.
So again, y'all just leave your comments, email us, like and share our page on I'm Just Saying Networks on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, find it, you name it, we're out there. Hashtag I'm Just Saying, give us your opinion, leave a comment, like and share. God, we love you. Share our video. Have a good night.
And you can put your number in the bottom of you.
Do not listen to
Don't put your
Don't
number.
be hating.
Do not put your
Don't put your number.
Hey.
We are
I cloud you.
Peace, one love.